Can you see? Can you see me? Okay.
Hi, everybody.
Amy's asking.
What a group. Okay. So we're going to go over the travel itinerary that I sent you. If you haven't yet checked your email at home, it should be in your inbox. It was sent earlier this afternoon. If you don't have it, let us know tomorrow and we can resend it to you, or check your spam or junk folder. Okay? You can print it from your email, or there's an app and there should be directions that you can download the app to your phone, and then it'll be right on your phone. Under the documents section is this document, which we're going to go over tonight. It's just general information about the trip. So click on documents in the app or on the email, you will see it. So, and we're just going to talk about that tonight. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by quickly going through the itinerary, and then we will go through the general information, and Steve's going to do a presentation on how to pack and what clothes to take, and then any questions. So it's going to be a great trip.
Lisa, can you go back so then, or no, come in.
I'm not on the screen, am I?
Sure. Actually, there's no faces on the screen, so I'm trying to see how can I make you.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties. Oh, here you go. Okay,
Okay.
go.
Okay, so on the itinerary, there were a couple of changes. So a few of the hotels have changed because of choosing better locations, renovations, that kind of thing. So they kept the same quality, which Iceland is not known for luxury hotels, but same quality, just good locations to the areas you're going to be in. There were a couple of sightseeing changes in the itinerary, so just to let you know, instead of the, and if I say any of this wrong, I apologize. Instead of the Myvatten baths, because they're closed due to construction, they're going to take you to the Forest Lagoon. Instead of the one day you were going to go to the War Museum, but it's also closed due to construction, so they're going to take you to the Petra Stone Museum instead. And then the last one is on the last day, when you were doing the Golden Circle, they're going to take you to, instead of Froheimer with the horses, they are not doing, they decided not to run the horse show during the winter months, so they moved it over to Estidalar. You'll have to tell me how you say that in Icelandic when you come back. Farm, because they thought that you would get a better experience. It's similar but a little different, but they thought because of the horse show being closed that you'd have a better experience at this other location.
Will the one that we download have those changes
Yep,
on it?
it's the itinerary we're going over tonight has your most up-to-date itinerary
okay.
on it. Okay?
Is that the one you gave out, Lisa?
Yes, it's the one I emailed you earlier today, and the one that's with your documents.
So it's not the one on the app?
Yep, it is the one on the app. It's all updated. Yep. Oh, okay.
I can see every day you're on your, but I haven't seen this system.
You didn't bring a third grader with you?
I know. I'll be a first grader can do it.
Took me 20 minutes to figure out how to download it.
I
So,
didn't even get that far.
okay, well, in the front, we're gonna start going through day by day. So basically, we've checked everyone's passports. Everybody should be good to go. You might wanna leave a copy of your passport home with somebody just in case, but we also have copies of everybody's passports. In case, you'll see on the first area, in case of emergency, there is a phone number there to reach Susie. It's the 213-723-8690. It's part of the new phone system we have. Now, you have to leave a message because what it does is shoots an immediate email to Susie, who is always on her email. Okay? So please leave a message if you're calling that emergency number. Now, the only thing is, of course, you're out and touring during the day. If she's not connected to Wi-Fi, she may or may not get her emails depending where you're at.
But I'm with you.
Yes.
all day long.
Exactly. You will know where she is.
Yeah, we'll know where you are.
You can run the call.
So, as far as baggage, we are on, it's not going by the airline policies, it's going by the bus policies because they're more restrictive. There's only so much space on those buses underneath in the cargo hold. So everybody is allowed one normal size suitcase per person. With the airlines, that's under 50 pounds for your check bag, and it's about 62 linear inches, which is length plus width plus height. Okay? For your carry-on, please do not bring another small carry-on suitcase. I mean, that might fit in the airline overhead. It is not going to fit on the bus. Okay? You want to bring something more like a backpack size, and then you can have your personal item like a purse or something like that. Okay? If you need a CPAP, you can definitely bring it with you because it's a medical device.
Yeah, I'm really bad at
Okay, there you go. Okay.
11
Well,
days.
he'll be miserable, but I think I think it takes up a little bit of room, you know.
You're short. It's heavy, it's carrying.
And we're like 1 night, 2 nights.
Yeah, you're gonna be moving a lot.
We'll go to a, they can go to a hotel.
Good idea, good
I'm
idea.
sure I'll
She don't have a problem.
I'm sure I'll take it.
So, in the next section, you will see there's links about what you can take on the plane and can't. So if you have any questions, it's great. You can Google it. There's a place you can input whatever you're looking for, and it'll tell you whether you can take it or not. If you have questions, let us know. And we're going to go over that in a little bit more detail later. On here, you will see tour participants list and contact information. So we started doing this because of privacy concerns, and people would say, well, how do I contact other people in the group? So anytime from tonight, now that you can get into that link, up until and no later than November 3rd, because that's when it will shut off. If you want to share any information with the group, you can fill in address, phone, email, whatever you want to share with the group. I'll get it, and after the shutdown on November 3rd, that following week, I will email it out to the whole group. So whoever wanted to participate, you'll get their information.
That's when that phone stuff will stop.
If you want to give your information to the group,
Okay.
okay? It's going to be the same with share your photos. There's a separate link there. All you have to do is click on that link from your phone. You can upload the photos right from there. It's going to go into a shared folder. And again, November 3rd, you can no longer do it. And at that point, whatever photos we've collected from the group, Sherry will send out a photo album to everybody with those photos. Okay? So it's up to you if you want to take advantage of any of that. So on October 11th, we are going to depart from the U.S. So we're going to take the bus from Franconia Heritage Restaurant, okay? And we're going to go to Newark Airport. Now, when you are at Franconia Heritage, please do not park in their main lot for the restaurant guests. You'll see a row of spaces along, when you're pulling in from 113 on the left-hand side over near Univest. Please park in those spaces. You can leave your car at your own risk. Franconia Heritage has said that is more than fine. The bus is going to be leaving at 2:30. Please be there 10 to 15 minutes early because they have to load all the bags onto the bus. Okay?
I'm sorry, which spaces did you say we had to park?
Closest to Univest.
Okay.
Yep. When you get to the airport, Susie's gonna get off, she'll have you all go in, we'll meet up go up into the gate area after you go through security. You're gonna be on Iceland Air and the flight leaves at 8:30 p.m. and you're gonna get into Reykjavik at 6:15 a.m. the next morning. It's about a 5-hour and 45-minute flight, okay? Iceland Air does not serve food on the plane. It's only for purchase. So if you want to take something with you, you can, or you can purchase something after you get through security, which might be the safer bet, and then you can take it onto the plane with you. They may have options that you can purchase on the plane. I don't know what they're going to have at that time. So just keep in mind, it's not like regular airlines where they feed you a couple times for the international flights. Iceland Air doesn't do that, okay? Everybody's seat assignments are there. You can change them based on availability at the airport. When you get to Iceland, watch for Susie. You'll meet up in baggage claim. So go down, collect your bags. Do not leave baggage claim area until Susie has done a count and makes sure everybody's there, because people will be off using the restrooms and all that kind of stuff. Once you're ready to depart, you're going to leave the airport together, and your guide is going to be there, and you're actually going to start your day of sightseeing. Okay, so on here is an approximate timeline. Of course, it's subject to change. Always listen to what's going on, because there might be announcements along the way saying, oh, we changed this to be here at this time. So listen for Susie and your tour guide when you get over there. So you're going to get off, you're going to have breakfast at Viking World and explore the museum. Now, in here, I put it in bold, though you can't really see it on the sheet. Please remember to pack your swimming suit in your backpack, not in your checked bags, because later that day, before you even go to the hotel and check in, you're going to go to Sky Lagoon. Okay? You do not need a towel. They will provide towels for you there, but make sure you have your swimsuit with you. And then they'll give you directions and explain how it all works. Okay?
That would be a very refreshing day.
Yes.
Like after not sleeping on the plane.
Yes.
Breakfast, you
And it's
start touring, and then you go on a dip.
I think it's like a
That'll wake you up.
I think it's like a 7-phase ritual, so it should be nice and relaxing.
Get ready.
So after
Now, is this
breakfast,
the hot dip or is it the cold dip?
Hot too.
Hot
I
dip.
don't want cold.
so after breakfast, you're going to get a city tour of Reykjavik, and the description is all in day 2 arrival description. You're then going to go to the viewing deck at Perlan for spectacular views over the city. They'll give you time to have lunch on your own, okay? And then after that, around 2:30 in the afternoon is when you're going to go to Sky Lagoon, and it should be an amazing experience, okay? It's about a 2-hour stop there. Then when you're done and relaxed, they're going to take you to the hotel. It's the Hotel Exeter, okay? And you're going to be on the go. And about 5:30, there will be a welcome meeting in the restaurant of the hotel where representatives from the tour company will be there to answer any questions, and there's a welcome drink with that. And then dinner is on your own. If you don't want to go to that welcome, just let Susie know. And anything you don't want to do with the tour, like you said, you want to get back to your room in the afternoon, as long as the bus isn't moving from city to city. Or you don't want to go to a dinner that night because you're tired. Let Susie know, because she does counts for everything. So, yes, you don't want to think or have her think you're missing. Then you're going to go to bed and wake up the next morning, and then that's when you're going to do see, I should have got all these pronunciations. The Snellis Peninsula. At 7 a.m., breakfast opens at the hotel. They're going to remind you of some of this stuff, that you have to have your bags out, because porterage is included for your checked bag in and out. So they have to collect the bags, get them on the bus and all that. So they'll tell you what time you have to have your bags out for them to pick it up. Okay? 9 a.m., you're going to leave for your tour. And it's a full day excursion to the peninsula, and that's an area of lava fields, volcanoes, glaciers, and everything. This is where the setting for Jules Verne's classic novel, Journey to the Center of the Earth. And again, you can read through all this. And then you're going to go to your hotel, check in, and then dinner is at 7 p.m. that night. Okay. Now, one thing with the hotels that's very important, and Susie's also going to double check it when she's there, is the Northern Lights calls. So what they do is they give you a wake-up call if somebody has sighted the Northern Lights. Okay. So she's going to give you instructions on that. They should be registering you for that for the hotels. Unless you don't want that. So
They're
just
gonna call you no matter what. I don't want you to miss it.
Yes, exactly. Okay.
Make sure you're dressed when you come down.
That's in your PJs.
So you'll check into
It's
the
warm, I meant warm.
you'll check into the Arnastapi Hotel that night. And you have dinner, I believe, that night. Yes, breakfast and dinner that night. The next day, you're gonna go to
What day are we on, just so we know?
October 14th, day 4.
That's a long day.
Yeah.
Great, that's
You're
what
gonna
I
go to
thought, thank
Ekuri, okay? So again, breakfast opens at 7. They'll remind you when you need to have your bags out, probably around 8. Again, you're gonna leave the hotel at around 9. You're gonna be up in the north, the cultural capital, views the snow-capped peaks, and you can read through this because it gives a good description of what you're going to be seeing that day. The botanical gardens is that day. And you're gonna do that sightseeing, and then around 5:30, you're gonna arrive at the Hotel Kia. This is a hotel that you're gonna be at for 2 nights, okay? And then you're gonna have dinner at that hotel that night.
Do we have to assemble the furniture?
Do you have what?
Do we have to assemble furniture at the Kia?
Oh. No, you do not.
It's Kia.
Let's see here.
We got it.
You got it?
So,
Like IKEA, but Kia, okay.
yep. So the next day, October 15th, again, breakfast. They'll tell you what time you need to have your bags out, because you're then gonna get a whatever. But there you're gonna, it's the closest town to the Arctic Circle, and then you're going to go to the award-winning Herring Aero Museum. Let's see here. And then you'll be able to explore the town, art galleries, cafes, shops, all that kind of stuff. Then you'll return back through the 2 villages there, and then that night you have dinner at your own. Now, one thing I want to point out right there, there's a program called dineout.is, and the link is there, and I forgot, it's also on the first day in Reykjavik, because dinner is on your own there. They listed a couple of hotels that they recommend, and if you want to guarantee a reservation, you can go on that link and make reservations for one of those restaurants. So that's the first night in Reykjavik, and this night in give the Fajor. Sorry.
He already downloaded the app.
Did you really already? Good
did it a
job.
minute ago.
I love it.
Yes, he's
I love it.
He's making all our reservations.
Okay, so then next day,
I'm the 3rd grader.
we're gonna go to Lake Maivatten. So again, the whole routine, breakfast bags, you're gonna have this down pat by the end of this trip. This is another day where I golden it, and we'll try and do, Susie and your tour guide will try to do a reminder. You're gonna wanna pack your swimming suit in a backpack, because this is one of the days that you're going to go to that forest lagoon, okay? And again, they have towels, so you just need your suit, okay? It's about 2 hours there, okay? And then you're gonna go on to Maivatten, and here's where you start seeing some of the more well-known waterfalls in Iceland. So Godafoss, which is Waterfall of the Gods, that one is there that day. And then you're gonna go see the craters at, I'm sorry, I can't say any of these names, and the lava formations, and then the hot spring area and the volcanic caldera. Okay, so that should be a really good day. You're then going to go that evening to the Maivatten Berjaya Hotel, and then there's dinner there that night. Dinners are about 7 o'clock every night with dinners included. Okay. October 17th, this is a long trip, as Spurgi Canyon, and then Dedafoss is one of the other very well-known volcanoes. And then Gilsdadur, sorry about that. So again, you're gonna go to the canyon for some light hiking, and then to the national park. And then Dedafoss, which is the most powerful waterfall in Europe. Afterwards, you're gonna go to the town, the largest town in the east of Iceland, so you're over in the east now. And then again, dinner that night. Like I said, this is just a quick run through. You can read through everything in detail on your own. On October 18th, you're going to go to the East Fjords, and then there'll be fishing villages along the way. You can look out for wild reindeer herds. and then they'll do photo stops. This is the day you're gonna do the Petra Stone Museum.
What day
You're-
are we on now?
Day 8, October 18th. You're gonna do lunch, and that's included that day, and then you're gonna go to a hotel, and dinner is included that night.
How come someplace it says number of guests 2 and number of guests 1?
Don't worry about that. She copied and pasted, and she probably just
Okay.
forgot to take it out. So, yeah, don't worry. You guys are all good.
So he won't be left out.
He won't be left out in the cold. October 19th, Glacier Lagoon and Skaftekeld National Park. So this is going to be, this is one of the days I'd be looking forward to. So you're gonna go to the glacier today, and then this is where they have the amphibian boat tours. And you can see they have the first group at 10:40 and the second group at 10:50, because they can only take a maximum of so many people out on the boat at a time. After the boat tour, you'll explore a little bit more of the national park, and then you'll end up again at the hotel for dinner that night. October 20th, now you're going down to the South Coast and waterfalls, okay? And here is where you're gonna do Skagafest Waterfall. That's another one of the ones, that's very well known. That's the one that you can generally walk behind. So that should be very nice. They said only allowed if no icy conditions, and you wanna bring a raincoat for that one. Okay, then our last full day in Iceland is October 21st, and that's the Golden Circle. This is now where you're gonna do Gullafest Waterfall, the other probably well-known one of the ones, and then the Strokor Geyser, which is also really known. It erupts every few minutes with hot water in the air. And then this is where you're now gonna go to that farm instead of doing the horses. And you'll have lunch there, table to farm, and then you're going to make your way back to Reykjavik for that night. Dinner is on your own that night, and again, you can go onto that website, the Dine Out, and you can pre-book one of the restaurants they recommended. You can ask at the hotel, whatever you decide you want to do that night. The last day, departure back to the U.S., breakfast. The flight doesn't leave till later in the evening, so you don't have to have your bags out till around 11. Check out, and about 1 o'clock, you're going to go back to the airport for your flight home. The flight is going to leave at 5 p.m., get into Newark at 7:15 p.m. It's about a 6-hour and 15-minute flight. And again, after you go through customs, collect your bags at Newark Airport, wait in the baggage area for Susie, because she's then going to call for the bus to come around to then pick everybody up, and then back to Frankfurt New Heritage. In your packet, if you took travel insurance, everybody actually took travel insurance. In your packet, there is 2 copies of your policy. I believe the emergency phone number is on there, and your policy confirmation number. So, inside your packet. Inside your packet, you will also have Travel House bag tags. We ask that you use those bag tags on your checked bags, because when they come off of the carousels, it's easy to see who's with the group. And then also for porterage, it'll probably help them as they're doing the porterage in and out of the hotels. If you are not here and you're watching live, or you're not with us, Susie's going to bring your packets to the Newark Airport. Well, actually, everybody, I believe, is getting one at Franconia Heritage. So she'll bring it and give it to everybody at Franconia Heritage, and you can put your bag tags on there. Okay, so that's kind of the itinerary, just really quickly. So in that document that I said that I included, that I did not print out for everyone, I'm just going to real quick go over some basic general information, okay? So we've already talked about the Access Travel app. If anybody has problems downloading it or anything, Sherry is wonderful in our office. Call her tomorrow.
She's very patient.
She is.
She'll work
Okay.
at the office.
I'm sorry?
Better yet, show up at the office.
You could show up at the office too. Next is mobile passport. There are directions on that document. If you do not have global entry, this is a free program by the U.S. Customs Department. The instructions are there that you can go in and you can put it on your phone, and then when you land, they also have, there's a little logo that designates which lanes you can use in custom. Sometimes it can get you through quicker than regular if you don't have anything. It depends on how busy customs is when you land. If you need help or questions about that, let us know, but that explains it if you look at that document and go to that website. The people, just to let you know, that I do have their known traveler numbers are, I have Marie and Amy's, I have the Henrys, I have the Johnsons, I have the Matthews, I have the Roberts, and I have the Tysons. If anybody else has known traveler numbers or global entry, please send them over to me so I can make sure Iceland Air has them, okay? The next section on this is Smart Traveler Enrollment Program. It's up to you if you want to do it. It's just you're registering with the embassy. If something would happen, they know where you are, that you're out of the country and you're in Iceland if something would happen.
What is global
Yeah.
entry?
Global Entry is a program you have to pay and sign up for. And there's a very long wait for it right now, so,
And you have to go to the airport to be interviewed for it.
yep.
Fingerprinted and all that sort of stuff.
We
yeah.
have
I don't
that.
think they're doing it at Philly anymore, 'cause
No?
my daughter has to go to Newark.
We went to Newark because we couldn't get into
It's
Philly for
availability.
months.
Yeah, but I already have that.
Oh, really? She get it one in there, yeah.
That's TSA pre-check. But if you have your number, I can put it in for going over in case they honor it, but coming back in, they won't. You need global entry for coming back.
So we can use all of that, so 'cause I have the TSA.
So it don't
If
matter
you wanna
if
send
have
it over, I'll
on-
give it to the airline, and if it works, great, but it won't work coming back in.
I don't know what the
Yeah.
number is, my airline tickets just come through with just my name.
Okay, so again, bus at Franconia Heritage, be there 10 to 15 minutes prior. Okay, announcements, just listen if Susie's telling you something that a time change or something like that. Foreign currency, Iceland is the krone or krona. The banknotes range from $500 to $5,000 bills. It's totally different than here. Some of you ordered currency, you'll get the best exchange rates at ATMs. You can ask your guide, to point out ATMs along the way, or at the airport before you depart the airport. There's normally some there. Iceland, they widely use credit cards. So basically Visa and MasterCard are the ones that are most widely used. Amex and Discover, not so much. So I would take a Visa and MasterCard, and she said you can use that basically everywhere, okay? They said even public toilets have a card reader. Credit and debit cards, if you're gonna use your debit card to take money out of an ATM, please let your bank know that you're out of country so they don't block your card for fraud. Also let your credit card company know, there's some don't require it anymore, but it's always a good idea to check. Also check to see if your credit card charges international transaction fees, because you don't want to be surprised with a whole bunch of extra fees when you get home. Baggage, we already went over, one checked bag and one small carry-on. Bag tags, we talked about, put them on your bags before you check them at Newark Airport. Liquids and gels, you can have whatever you want in your check bag, in your carry-on or backpack if you're taking it through security. Any liquids or gels, they have to be 3 ounces or less and all fit in 1 quart size Ziploc bag to go through security, okay?
The ones you carry with you.
Yes. Medication, it's always good to have a copy of your prescriptions with you just in case. But normally there's no problems putting them in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I've never had them stop anybody that I know of. So you can definitely put them in there, but please keep them in your carry-ons, because if they're in your check bags and get lost, it can be very hard to replace in a foreign country.
And what's your take on
We just don't want to take big ones, right, Susie?
suitcases?
You can lock your suitcase if you have a TSA lock. If you do not, they will cut them to go into the
They
bags.
even cut the TSA ones.
It depends on who you have. So,
I know that.
in this document, there's suggested items to pack, and again, Susie's gonna go over that in just a little bit. There's some tips about avoiding jet lag. Seats, the airline, we have your seats assigned, but the airlines can change it at their discretion, and they don't have to tell you, so, but hopefully we'll be okay. Iceland Air's been very good to work with. Frequent flyer known travelers, so if you do have a known traveler and I didn't mention your name, make sure you send that over to me. Frequent flyer, Iceland Air, the only US partners that they have are Alaska Air and JetBlue. If you have one of those frequent flyers and you want to earn miles on your Iceland Air flight, call me or email me what your frequent flyer numbers are. So it's JetBlue and Alaska Airlines. Okay. Photos, on the time there was a way to upload the photos, so please send, I expect to see some northern lights and some really beautiful photos. So share some of your best photos with the group. Time difference, wow. It says England is 4 hours ahead. I apparently did not change that. I believe Iceland is 4 hours ahead of us. Temperature, October is one of their wetter months, but you also get the autumn colors, hopefully, and hopefully you're gonna see some northern lights. Temperatures, an average low is about 37, highs of about 45. Okay.
Not a big range.
What?
Not a big range.
Hopefully you'll be lucky and it'll be a little bit warmer than that. Electrical current. So Iceland uses the Euro plug sockets. So what you use for Europe, they're the so you're going to need an adapter. Their voltage is 220 volts, and CNF plugs. So whatever you would generally use for Europe should be what you can use here. If you're doing something which uses a higher wattage, like a curling iron or something, you're going to need a converter along with your adapter. If you're just charging your cell phones, if you look, most of the plugs are up to 220, 240 volts. You can just put the adapter, you're good to go. Okay. Normally all the hotels have hair dryers and that kind of thing, so probably flat irons and curling irons are one of the few things you need converters for. You can always get them from like Amazon, Walmart, something like that. Cell phone, check with your provider before you leave with the US. Check on the international calling plans. You don't want to be caught, and check with them what you need to turn on and off on your phone, because you don't want to be caught pulling data, because that could run up a huge bill if you don't have some kind of international plan. The hotels have free Wi-Fi, and it said every town in Iceland's connected to the internet, even most farms. So just ask, hey, do you have a free Wi-Fi code? And you should be good to go. Travel apps. So here are some of our favorite apps while traveling. Viber, but honestly most of us use WhatsApp. You can call home as long as that person has WhatsApp too, and you're connected to Wi-Fi. It's free phone home, and you can text and everything. You could also use like Skype or FaceTime or something like that too when you're connected to Wi-Fi. XC Currency, that's a currency converter. That is an app that you can download to your phone. So if you're saying it's 20,000 Iceland krona for something, then you can look to see how much that really is in US dollars. VEDOR, V-E-D-U-R. That's Iceland's go-to weather applications, and I believe you can also kind of track or see somehow the northern lights on there. Or the other one is My Aurora Forecast. And then last one, there's one called Drops Language app. And that's where, while you can speak English when you're there, if you want to learn some basic Icelandic words, how to say it, you could play with that app. Safety, Iceland is very safe. Theft is minimal, but always be careful of pickpockets. So, you know, make sure your items are very secure. Tipping's unnecessarily. Generally, bartenders, wait staff, they're paid very well and they don't expect tips. But they did say sometimes there's tip jars if you would want to do something. Okay. VAT tax refund. That's if you spend so much in a certain store, and your guide can help you with that, and then you can kind of claim it at the airport before you leave. Shopping. Some of the things that you're going to look for, ask your guide because they're going to be with you the entire time, and they can tell you, but anything woolen with the Icelandic patterns, so sweaters, blankets, jackets, scarves, hats, and gloves. Lace pottery is another thing, gold and silver jewelry, opals and moonstone, and also books, especially illustrated saga books. Supermarkets and shops are usually open 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Saturday, and closed on Sundays. Food. Iceland is very known for their lamb and their fresh fish, so you're going to see that everywhere. And then, I don't know how to say it, skyr is a type of yogurt. That's one of their traditional things. They also have many other different types of food. And in Reykjavik is where they are known for the hot dogs. Okay? And that's where, if you're going to try it, you should try it. And they say that there's a line at the one place. And I believe I have the name of that place in here. So it'll be in that section. They're also known for ice cream and their rye bread ice cream. They're known for rye bread and rye bread ice cream. So, and I have in here in Reykjavik, Cafe Loki. That's one place where they do the Reykjavik ice cream. Also the Bajorans, Betsu, Paislar, that's where the hot dogs are. But your hotel can help you with that too. One thing I do want to mention is the water. So the water is very, very safe to drink. It's very pure. I believe it's supposed to be some of the best in the world, okay? So she actually recommends that you bring the reusable water bottles because you can fill it with tap water every day because the water is so pure there, okay? So that was a good tip that she had. If you need distilled water, she said a lot of the hotels are going to have the coffee machines, so you can just boil the tap water and you should be fine. Okay? Let's see here. Public toilets, usually toilets at the main sites, although not always with running water. I guess it depends if you're more like in a camping area. And then it has toilets that are marked Kvenmen for ladies and Karlmen for men. So that you might want to figure out. Forbidden in Iceland, walking on Icelandic moss or damaging it any way. It takes years for it to recover. Disturbing birds or sheep who like to roam, and disregarding barriers at nature sites, okay? And plus that can be very dangerous. I was reading about an area, so please don't go wandering off the beaten path on your own. Northern Lights, I have a whole section here, just general information about Northern Lights and taking good pictures, and I'm sure the your guide will also be able to help you with that because that's a big deal there. Good traveler code. Travel is unpredictable, so we try to anticipate unwelcome surprises, but it's not always possible, though we are very good. And understanding of this, as well as good-natured attitude and a sense of humor, will make it a great time for everybody. And then there's some do's and don'ts. So basically, don't expect Eskimos or penguins, they don't exist. Here's where I was talking about don't stray from the orange-colored dirt while hiking around the boiling geysers and mud pools near Lake Maivatn where you're going to be. Hikers have been killed after falling through areas of yellow, green, or gray soil. So please watch the barriers. Do take waterproof clothing if you plan to go hiking. they say experience, the natural baths, which you're gonna do. And nightlife is somewhat limited in the small towns outside of Reykjavik, because they're little small towns. But in weekends, the shops and stuff in Reykjavik stay open late. So, so definitely have a great time. It's gonna be a good trip. So Susie, before we go into the clothing, does anybody have any questions? I know that was a lot of information to throw at everybody, but you can read about a lot of it. Yeah, straight back.
For the times where you don't get the meal at the hotel.
Yes.
Do you have to make reservations ahead of time, or do you think you can just?
She recommended it, especially if there were some of those particular places that she recommended that you wanted to eat, but if it doesn't really matter to you where you end up, you're very easygoing, then you don't have to worry about it. And you can always ask at the hotels too, because they're normally more than willing to help you.
And you can eat at the hotel, too. You don't have to go out at all.
Sure.
Steve, what was
I
your?
mean, Travis on such a tight schedule.
I know.
Like, I'm going to bed.
Was it October, whatever it was, at Indian Valley?
Yeah.
The guide said that we really should, if you have more than just a point and shoot camera, that you should go to the Northern Lights Museum and they'll tell you what setting you will get the best pictures. But look at that schedule, it doesn't look like we got any time to go to any museum
I'm
there.
sure the tour guide.
And that other museum she mentioned, we'll skip that. That's on the internet
But
anyway.
the northern lights are at night, so you'll have plenty of time to figure it out at night, when you're supposed to be
Yeah, well,
sleeping,
you
get
home
ready
and
for
look
the
at your
next
pictures,
day.
you might find out they didn't come out as good as you thought, because she actually recommended that you go and they will
Yeah.
tell you on your camera, unless it's a point and shoot, in which case you're not gonna get good pictures anyway.
Yeah.
But
But your tour guide should,
I'm sure the
I'm
guide
sure
can
they'll
tell
have
us
information.
also. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. Any other questions before Susie talks clothing? Okay.
That document you were reading from
Yeah.
was something that was emailed?
Yes, so when you get the email from Access and Travel House, you can open it up and you can print it right from your computer, and there'll be a section that says documents. If you click on it, it's in there and you can print that too. Or you can download it, the app to your phone, and there's an area that says documents. I can kind of show you on my phone after the meeting what it looks like. And if you click on it, it's in there and you can open it up from there. So I can show you what it looks like from the app.
So what you gave us,
So it's like, it's here.
So what you
and then
gave us
click
in the-
on it,
in the-
and it says here
Put
documents.
it on your phone.
And that's it, and then you can open it, and that's the whole document that I just went over.
That's telling you what your camera settings should be.
Open with Adobe.
Is that the general
If that
info?
makes any sense
I'm
to
sorry,
you.
That's
general
general
info,
info.
yep, yeah.
well, that can be, I can print that out.
Names
Yeah.
went all around.
That doesn't have the ISO and the F. settings.
I'm
Down
aware.
the bottom where it says documents,
Oh.
just click on that.
Yeah, do you see it?
And then-
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, Susie,
I'm not doing a fashion show, but. So I just brought some of the stuff that I bought lately just for my trip, and I thought, just to give you ideas of what to take with you. So, everybody says like we really have to take maybe like long underwear that is, insulated, it's called? Yeah, insulated. So if you wanna take any of long underwear, men and women, you can do that.
Where'd you get those, Susan?
That's from Colombia. Pants, I found this also has the insulated pants, so it's pretty strong, and then if it rains, it's fine, like the material on top is okay if it rains, so I'm fine with that. I even found pants, like snow pants, they're not really heavy at all, but it also has that insulated material that also, if it rains, keeps me warm. If you wanna try to wear another tights underneath it, you can. I don't think you need it, but this is something if you wanna try to find.
And those were all at Columbia?
Most of them, yeah. Neck warmer.
Gator.
So this you can use it for your neck. You can use it
Holding up the bag.
up to your nose, or you can probably do like all the way up.
So so your luggage is.
And this
full.
also like insulated too. Okay, my hair is all over. Gloves. I got this one, you know, it doesn't have sleeves of course, but I can wear like a fleece underneath it and a couple of layers, and then I can wear this on top. So this is something like if you want to move your arms, don't feel like in a heavy jacket, try to get something like that. Take a couple of hats. So this one is also insulated. So take a couple of them, just in case one gets wet, you have another one, okay?
That Columbia also?
Yes.
Oh, there's insulated stuff is shiny, mine isn't.
This is not insulated, but I thought I can wear this and maybe like rain pants on top, like, you know, the thin ones, you can do that. That way it keeps you warm, and then something on top of that. And then jacket, of course, I bought a pink jacket so you can all find me. So it's probably not that heavy, like really, really heavy jacket, but if I'm wearing a lot of layers, it should work. Don't forget sunglasses. Make sure. Now the way I pack, I bought these from Amazon. I have different sizes of bags in there, and especially we're gonna be moving from one hotel to the other. Really, you're gonna be living out of your suitcase. Don't put anything in the closets, don't put anything in the drawers. Really just open the suitcase and live off your suitcase for that week. So it comes in different sizes. So what I do, like this bag is basically for shoes, okay? I try to use the small ones like for underwear and, you know, not lingerie, you know what I mean. I put all my shirts in one. That way I know like this is for shirts. I can open it and take one of the shirts. This might be for my pants because it's a big bag. I can put all my pants there. You know, makeup, like swimsuit, could be with the underwear. So try, if you don't have them, try to get them from Amazon. I think they were like $16 for the whole thing. And that would be like really easy, so that then your suitcase is already, you know where everything is, instead of trying to figure out where the shirts are, and then the dirty clothes get mixed up with the clean
Can
clothes.
you
So
get 11 of those in a suitcase?
yeah, I can get all of them in a suitcase.
I mean, 11 days worth.
Oh yeah, more than that.
She's used to packing, Jim. I know, don't even
Yeah.
say it. My wife doesn't know how to pack. She
No,
doesn't.
more than that.
Packing cubes also.
E-bags. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're everywhere now. And
Very convenient.
it's very convenient, easy, and I love them. So of course, I'm gonna be wearing a lot of the same thing over and over.
I'm used to seeing you like in a different outfit.
The only thing is like the picture is gonna show like the same jacket throughout the trip. It's like, that's the same picture. I might take 2 jackets with me just in case one gets whatever, wet, dirty, so I'm gonna take 2 jackets. Whatever you see here, pants, and I'm taking a couple of more pants, shoes. The shoes I didn't talk about. I also might take this very, very light rain jacket, but it has a hoodie, just in case I'm wearing something very, very heavy, and then I can just put this on top. Okay? For shoes, I did not buy any shoes yet because I'm still looking, but make sure socks, that's very important to have warm socks. Shoes, try to get something like ankle boots, like up to your ankles, just like, you know, for hiking shoes. Waterproof. Don't take any sandals, of course, any of that stuff, summery stuff, don't take any of that, no. Unless that's what you do, but no. So closed shoes, something comfortable, like if you wanna, again, take like, I would say 2 pairs of shoes for outdoors, and if you wanna go down to dinner, just take 1 pair of shoes, if you want to do that. It's a very casual trip. There's not, you don't have to take any suits or sports jackets or anything like that. It's really casual trip. It's only us. It's only Travel House clients. We're not trying to impress anybody. So,
Maybe a poncho if you're gonna go behind the waterfall, that might be a good idea that day. You
yeah,
know what you have on
umbrella. Make sure you take an umbrella with you. You know, that's a good umbrella. Take with you. During the day when we're touring, instead of trying to carry your big backpacks and stuff like that, take some of these. Either the cross, for the ladies, the cross bags that you can put like a bottle of water and stuff like that. There's these backpacks, the nylon, like not heavy. Yeah, something like that.
But maybe a little bigger?
Bigger if you want, or for the men if they want to put on the back. Something like that. So just so you can put, you know, medications or bottled water or a snack or whatever, something like that. Jewelry,
Packable one.
I don't know if you want to take your jewelry with you, but you don't have to. I was gonna say something else.
Susie,
about that
what
trip.
would be can you give us an estimate how long we would be out of the bus each day?
That I don't know.
Because I'm thinking, is it gonna be hours or is it just gonna be like little short trips here and there?
I'm assuming little, but if we're
Okay.
going to see rainforest and stuff like, not rainforest.
Some of the waterfalls.
Waterfalls and stuff
Okay.
like that, that could
Okay.
be
The day you're on
maybe
the,
an hour out because everybody's gonna go and take pictures and
and the days you're on the amphibian boats, that'll be outside for
yeah.
a little bit of
So-
time.
Do you have a feeling for how strenuous any kind of hiking to different places would be?
I don't think it's strenuous at all, because they never send to us like, the clients have to be fit to climb this or that. They never did that. They never sent that to us, so no, there's nothing strenuous. Medication, that's what I wanted to talk about. Not only your prescriptions that you have to take with you, but please also take with you your cold medicine like Advil, Theraflu, Tylenol. If you get a cold, you know, saline to open your nose, Tums, like things like that. Take some masks.
We're gonna need 3 suitcases.
Take some masks with you, just in case you do get a cold on this trip. Please wear the mask on the bus so not everybody gets sick. So if you know, it could not be, I mean, it's probably not COVID or anything, but we don't wanna get a cold either or sick. So try to please put the mask on, that way everybody stay healthy. On our trip to Vietnam, I think I took a lot of medications
Yes.
with me.
Yes.
And people
We got our own pharmacist
people
right
got
here.
sick. People got sick, and then they don't have anything
Used
with
your
them.
meds.
And another couple got sick, and they don't even have Advil with them. So here I'm just giving my medication.
So they don't have drugstores in Vietnam?
Well, I mean, you don't want to spend your time to go figure out to where you want to get the,
Okay.
you know. So if you have it, it will be nice. I will be taking a lot with me, but just in case, you know, take some with you. What else? Questions?
Said that they do have.
Are there any COVID restrictions?
No,
What was the question?
COVID restrictions, not anymore. No, not on the plane, not in the country, restaurants, no, nothing.
But should we bring our vaccine cards?
You don't need it. If I usually have a copy on it on my phone. If you want to keep that, that's fine, but nobody is going to ask for it, no.
You need a walking stick?
Does it fold?
Yeah.
Yeah, take one with you. Why not? If that makes you feel comfortable walking and stuff, yeah, why not?
Susie, we signed up for 2 dinners already. Remember you said?
They're part of the dinners that are included every night. There's
Oh.
2 restaurants that give you choice of entrees.
Oh, okay.
So only 2 restaurants gave us the choices of entrees, but the others are set menu. So. And we try to pick the ones that you know, that everybody might like, or try to change it, because really there's a lot of lamb and fish. So I think we picked one
What
that
was it
has
for?
chicken,
Yeah,
because I'm
we
like,
tried
okay, let's
to
just
do-
get
yeah, we
chicken
tried
one
to do
day.
a variety, not lamb and fish every day.
So mostly it's like lamb, fish, lamb, fish. So we got one dinner chicken, I think.
There's a steak dinner.
There's a steak dinner. I picked really
Lamb
good
steak.
desserts, like really yummy desserts. If you don't eat your dinner, there's dessert. If you don't eat your entree, there's salads or you know, appetizers. So it should be fine. I just want to make sure, like the people who traveled with me before, on you know, me escorting them, they know how I conduct my tours and stuff. Just make sure we're all gonna have fun. We're all gonna become friends at the end. Just make sure watch over each other. Like, you know, if I forget something, please remind me, because I might be busy with other things. So if you say Sally is not here, so just tell me. Or Jeannie is wandered in Paris and Versailles, just tell me.
Well, she doesn't have a sign, you know, she's so tiny, these people
that
are
can happen.
tall. And all of a sudden Pat goes, I can't find Jane.
Phillies are ahead 2-0.
Oh, good.
If you're not early, you're late.
Yes, exactly. Try to leave the first row of the bus empty for me, so just because I need to talk to the driver and the guide, and if we need to give you any information, that it will be easily for me to relay that to you. Yes, please be on time every day. That's very important. 10 to 15 minutes early at the lobby. What are you laughing about, you or your wife?
You say, breakfast is what, at 7?
7.
By 8, you have to have your luggage outside the door.
No, 7 is your luggage.
8:30, the bus is leaving. When do you eat?
Between 7 to 8:30. You have an
Yeah,
hour and a half.
You'll be fine, you'll have it down.
Yes.
Do any hotels have laundry facilities?
We did check with all of the hotels. I think somebody
There's
asked.
one here or there, but the issue you're gonna run into is you saw your schedule, right?
Yeah.
So, well, they may not
Do
have
it
self-service, they may have laundry services, but you're gonna have to make sure that you get it back before you leave.
Yeah, so
So-
it's like that.
So if you want, if you were not.
Favorite old clothes for every day and just leave them there when you go.
Well, we're staying 2 nights at the one hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, I can tell you if that is one of the ones that.
That's
So-
early on here.
When we were in Vietnam, I learned, I think you guys told me, like, if you wanna wash your underwear or something, just put it in a towel, like fold it in a towel, and then it gets dry.
And then we
And
stomp
stomp
on
on it.
And stop. Okay.
And
Well, I wasn't doing
it
that.
dries in a couple hours. If you have that kind of
But
clothes.
you can do that, and it's like really easily
You
done.
get travel underwear,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So you can do that.
Yeah. Great stuff.
Stain remover.
Okay, so for Hotel Kia,
3
that's
weeks-
the hotel you're
3
at
weeks
2
repair.
nights. It says there's a laundromat down the street. They don't offer laundry service on the weekends. Approximately $7 for washing, $7 for drying. Per piece, yeah.
11 days.
No, I think that's per player.
You're saying it's
Oh,
like old underwear.
I would assume if it's a laundromat,
Oh, laundromat, it's a
Yeah.
laundromat.
yeah.
So it's not at the hotel that we're staying at 2 nights?
No, so you can always ask at the front desk when you check in and say, hey, do you have a laundry service? There is Hotel Hoffman, which is about the middle of your itinerary. They offer 1 free laundry bag per room, but they can only service around 10 bags a night, so not everybody will be able to use the service. So that's Hotel Hoffman, that you can check and try there. But again, you have to make sure they're gonna get it back to you before you leave the next day.
So it's like go commando, I guess.
Or leave a forwarding address.
This is already sounding like a good trip.
You'll be doing the CEO.
It's okay. Any questions? And during the trip, I think the tipping for tour guide and tour and driver and stuff, that's already taken care of. So I will take care of all those tippings when I'm there. So you don't have to say, do I have to tip this person, do I have to tip this? It's already done, like, we have the money to tip them, okay?
What tipping is expected? Any stores or they put it right on the bill?
No tipping.
Now,
Nothing.
there's somewhere in her little write-off here, it says you have to tip the waiter or waitress if you go to a restaurant that's not on the trip.
No, it says they don't tip over there because they get paid really well, so you don't have to tip.
That's not what it said in one year.
It might say like, if you want to tip, you
He said
can,
there's a glass jar, if you wanna put a tip in, you can.
but you don't have to. If you wanna tip, go ahead, tip.
Oh, no, I read it in here, I said,
Yeah.
I got a question from Becky, who's watching online.
Yeah.
And she said, does the plane have drinks?
You pay
If,
for it.
if the plane has drinks, like water or soda,
bourbon
I don't
and
think
vodka.
that's what she meant.
or alcohol,
I will doubt
Trust me,
alcohol,
she
you
doesn't
probably
drink
have to
it.
pay for it.
probably to pay for it.
Right. Just like soft drinks and water.
Usually
and
they
that.
have water.
They might serve that, like any domestic flight here, they give you soft drinks and water and pretzels. I mean, do they even do that with Iceland Air?
The airline does provide free non-alcoholic drinks like soft drink juices, tea, coffee, and sparkling and tonic water. And when making purchases in flight, if you want something else, they only accept credit cards.
Okay, so
So-
she clarified your soda, so.
Their non-alcoholic drinks are included.
So, I mean, our flight is at 8:30 and we're leaving here 2:30, so we're gonna get there by 4, let's say, 4:30. You have like plenty of time to have dinner. What I would suggest, have dinner before the flight, get on the flight if you wanna get water or something, and then go to sleep. That's what I would do, because when we arrive there, we're gonna have breakfast anyway.
And you're gonna have a full day.
And we have a full day. So we get there, we have good breakfast, and then if you wanna pack a couple of snacks like peanut butter, crackers, whatever, raisins, that during the day, if anybody diabetic, please make sure you have that in for, the sugary thing that you need. No, I meant food. I meant food, not the insulin. Because my husband is diabetic and he always like, oh, I'm dizzy, I can't. I'm like, so please make sure you have, take care of yourself. Candy, orange juice, something.
Banana.
Yeah, because he doesn't take care of himself. That's what my point is.
Is he
He's
going
like, I'm
to
dizzy. I'm like, well, did you eat something?
Correct.
Yeah.
He's going alone, isn't he, Susan?
Yeah, he just arrived from Denver today. Yeah.
Do you have any idea of prices for the restaurants? Or-
We did check like,
I think it was like 75 for dinner. Iceland is very expensive, and like 25 for lunches.
25 for lunch. So
50 to 75 for dinner.
yeah, so we don't have 2 dinners
Pretend you're
only
eating
on
at the
our own,
William
right?
Penn Inn every night.
Lunches are expensive, but
Yeah, they gotta ask, you
There
can't
might be
afford
3
it.
dinners on here.
3 dinners on our
I think
own.
2 or 3. I think there's 3. I think it's the first night, the last night, and there's one night at
One in
Kentucky.
between. Okay, 3 dinners.
It'll come out of the kids' inheritance, that's all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
Yeah.
We'll thank him when we get back.
We're gonna have a lot of Dairy Queens then.
Where would you have
Guess
it?
that's usually your dinner.
It's very laid back, yeah.
Because they have to-
I mean, I might take a couple of things for dinner if I'm eating at the hotel,
Maybe we can go to one of
like
those-
it's,
Yes,
I'm
there's
just
people
gonna go
that
up
farm
and
the
change and
table,
come
best
down. I
friend
might
with the
do that
farmers.
because if I'm all
cut
day
the belly
long
in.
in these clothes and I don't want to, so I might put something on
Right,
different.
right. But it's
You know,
nothing dressy.
Nothing dressy,
Jeans,
not,
right.
yeah, nice jeans, nice top, you're fine. You don't have to worry about dressing up, yeah.
Oh, you were talking about cotton and stuff like that?
So, Sherry from our office, her daughter is going through some program hiking or whatever, so they explained to her that don't buy like these tight pants that are cotton, because if they do get wet, they get cold on your body, and then you might get sick or something. So if you want to buy anything that it's tight on your body, like to warm you up, make sure it's not cotton.
Yeah, we are, one day.
Yeah, but it's light hiking, I don't think it's, we're not going
It's
on
light
the mountain
hiking, it's
for-
nothing, yeah, it's not like.
Like hiking, but not hiking.
It's not like hiking.
Talk to me after you do it.
Yeah.
That's why I tell you about the rain every day.
You like the Roman road?
Yeah.
It's not like the Roman roads and stuff, right?
No, it's not.
It's like glaciers.
Then it's easy.
It's
I
like
mean, you
glaciers.
went through a lot of that kind of trips, like, a lot.
Like climbing out of a tube.
I know, yes. If they only know. Okay, so if you have more questions or you're ready for this trip, 3 more weeks,
Can't wait.
and we'll be going on to Iceland. I'm just hoping that we do see the northern lights. I mean, that's why we're going in October. And I am gonna put a wake-up call every night at the hotel, just in case they see it. I do wanna wake up. So hopefully you will do the same.
Do you know how long they stay out if they give you a wake-up call? Because I remember getting wake-up calls in Alaska, and by the time you got out, they were gone.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know?
No, they say it could be really short, and then they could appear over there, so it's, yeah.
Just taking our chances, I guess.
The solution would sit at the bar all night, Harold, and wait for him.
That's the solution.
It's like you
I'm
go
good
take a
with that.
picture and come back.
I'm surprised you're letting these two go
You
together.
I know, again.
I think that maybe.
He's at that bar at Cairo, right?
If you ask the guy in Cairo for a martini, how do you make a martini?
Yeah. And then when we took that
Wow.
shuttle from Cairo airport to that hotel, airport hotel, then the two of them went to the bar.
Yeah, it was open 24 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever seen a bar that's open 24 hours? Well, they know.
Oh, there's a lot of overseas.
Why not?
Okay, I'm gonna shut down the YouTube, making sure. Thank you whoever watched us. If I know how to do this.
Stop and then finish.
Yeah.
It was all captured for clarity.
There's no,
Yours from now.
there's no stop, Lisa.
You can just power it down.
I'm just gonna do X. Are you sure you want stop streaming?
Yes.